Hello, my name is Larry and I'm with the Rum River Art Center, and we're doing a little color project today. And the color project is going to be working with cool colors and warm colors. We're going to be talking about different ways that you're going to be using it. We're going to be using a flower, spring flower, to do that. So I'm going to erase this here. And we're going to start. The first thing I want everybody to do is to get their materials together. Okay, what we need is pencil, an eraser, maybe a Sharpie for outlining, and then what you're going to color this with. Do you want watercolor paint? Do you want colored pencils, markers? It's really up to you what kind of things you want to do. You can use crayons, oil pastels. It's a kind of up to you type thing, but we want you to have at least these colors. We need to have our primary colors. We need yellow, blue, and red, okay? And then we need our secondary colors, purple, orange, and green. Now, primary colors are the colors that make all the rest of the colors. So to make our secondary colors, we're gonna use, and if you're painting, you can use red and blue to make purple. You can use red and yellow to make orange, or you can use blue and yellow to make green. The more you work with colors, the more you kind of see how they work well together. And so what we want to do is the warm colors are the ones that are green, purple, and blue. Excuse me. These are the cool colors. Cool colors, green, purple, and blue. And then we have our warm colors, which of course are yellow, red, and orange. So for this project, what we're going to want to do is we're going to be using shapes. We're going to be using the elements of art of shape, color, and line to create our spring flowers. And here's an example of the spring flower project we're doing. Okay, so you can kind of see here that each flower has to be either a cool colors or warm colors, like that. So this one, of course, has got our two cool colors of blue and purple. And then this one here has yellow and orange. This top one up here has red and yellow. But you can use any combination of warm or cool colors you want. But each flower has to be either a warm flower or a cool color flower. So I'm going to take this back up and we're going to get started. So I'm hoping that everybody has their pencil and erasers at this time. So what we're going to start with, guys, is we want to start with a circle. So we're going to start with the center of flower number one. We're going to do at least 3 flowers. If you want to do more, that is fine, but we want to do at least 3 flowers. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to do some overlapping shapes going over the circle. I am just going to adjust my board a little bit more so people can see it. Bringing my camera here. There we go. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I got my center of my flower, and what I want to do is I want to start like this. We're going to come and I'm going to make my first petal. And this flower that I'm going to be doing here is going to have 5 petals. So I've got petal number 1, and now I do petal number 2. You see I started it there, so it's an overlapping shape. I'm going to do petal number 3, another overlapping shape. I'm going to do petal number 4, overlapping shape. And I'm going to do petal number 5, another overlapping shape. So now we have our 5-petal flower with the center. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a stem. So here we want to do, there's the center of the flower. My stem's going to come down like this. And I'm going to add a couple of leaves also coming off my stem. You have the center there. Beautiful. All right. Now let's go to flower number 2. So let's do a flower up here. It's going to be a little bit smaller. It's going to be behind. So we're going to be doing this second flower behind the first one. So here we are. We're going to come up here. And I'll make this flower with a bigger center. And then I'm going to do another 5-petal flower that's going to be more of maybe a rectangle kind of thing. I don't know, a shape coming around. There's petal number 2. You can see it's that overlapping shape. 3. Now this one's going to stop, comes back like that because it's behind. And there we have flower number 2. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. And I'm going to come down with this stem. And I'll give it some leaves. If the leaves come out like that, they have to go behind flower number 1 here. All right? So now everybody should have 2 flowers. 2 of our springtime flowers happening. Great. Okay. Now I'm going to come up here and we'll do a 3rd flower. This one can be a daisy if you want, or it can be any kind of flower. Let's go ahead and I'm going to show you. I'll make this one, this daisy, where it's going to have these repeating little petals. It's got a lot more than 5. These petals are going to come all the way around. And we have our daisy. Now, what I'll do is give this one also a stem. So it's going to come from right about in here, coming down. I can have some leaves behind there. And there we have our 3 flowers. Okay, so once you have all your 3 flowers drawn, they can be all different, they can be all the same. Then you're going to want to decide what colors are going to go in it. So let's say this is going to be a cool flower, cool shape flower. You want to use maybe a blue for the center and purple petals. Now this one over here maybe is going to be a warm flower. And this will be a red in the middle and orange or yellow. Let's do yellow leaves, yeah. So we have yellow. So we have red in the middle and yellow. And then the one up here, we can have, do another warm one. Let's do it yellow in the center. Bit of Y and yellow. It's just going to be a big yellow flower. It's going to go yellow. Now, when you do it, you can make this all, different colors, as long as all the colors are warm colors or cool colors for each particular flower. All right? And then what you can do is, once you get it all done, is you can take a Sharpie. I was working on this one earlier. And you can outline it with the Sharpie. So all the lines you want to keep, you can go over it. And then you can use whatever you desire to color it in with. Colored pencils, markers, crayons, watercolor pencils, or in this case, it's a watercolor palette I was using on this one here. And you can go ahead and create your colors as I drop it on the ground there. And the focus, again, for today's project was working on shapes and our primary colors and secondary colors, keeping the cool colors together and the warm colors together. Again, this was Larry from the Rum River Art Center. If you have any questions, you can always email us at info@rumriverart.com. Thanks for joining us.